everybody, welcome back to the kitchen. I'm glad you could join us today. I just wanted to say congratulations first to all the people who have recently graduated, even though it was different from what you were expecting, and I'm just wishing you all the wisdom and guidance that you need as you think about what you're going to be doing next in your life. Okay, so today we're going to be making potato salad, easy potato salad. So I have my potatoes here. These, I believe, are Yukon Gold potatoes. You could probably use any kind of potatoes, really. If you're using russets, you might want to peel them because that has a rougher skin. But if you're using Yukon Gold or the little miniature potatoes, the skin's probably soft enough that you can leave it on. Okay, I'm going to trim off the eyes. You probably already know this, but the eyes are the parts that look like this, where the sprouts are going to come out when the potato grows into a new plant. And the area where the eyes are, it doesn't really taste that good. So we're going to cut those out. Sometimes you can just slice it off, but other times it works better to do a cut that's like a little V. So now I'm going to microwave my potatoes. Some people cook them by boiling. I'm just going to do it in the microwave. When you're microwaving potatoes, you have to poke holes in it with a fork first, because if you don't, there's no way for all the hot air building up inside the potato to escape, and it will explode. So I'm just going to put a couple of fork pokes in each side of the potato. Steam, I guess I should have said, not air. Okay, usually I put my potatoes that I'm going to microwave on a plate, and then I microwave them for 2 minutes, and then I flip them all over and microwave it for another 2 minutes, and then we'll see where we are. Alright, so that was 4 minutes total with turning them over halfway between, and as you can see, the fork, it goes in but not very easily, so we know they're done when the fork goes through really easily. So we're going to put them back in for another 2 minutes. And by the way, I am putting my cover over the potatoes while they're in the microwave to help hold in the steam and make them cook faster. And also, if anything were to explode, it would keep the whole microwave from getting messy. Okay. So you can now see that the fork goes in really easily to every potato, and they are done. So we're going to let these cool off now, and we're going to meet our other ingredients. Alright, so we're also going to be using Greek yogurt. Yes, I do put Greek yogurt in everything. Butter. Salt, pepper, and for a little bit of a kick, some dried crushed red pepper. And I'm also slicing up some onion. These are some green tops of some onions that started to sprout, so I'm going to chop those up too. And I have some chives from the garden that I rinsed off, and they are now dry, so I'm going to be cutting those up too. And we're going to be putting everything in this big container. So before I finish chopping up my vegetables, I'm going to slice open my potatoes and start to mash them up a little bit so that they'll cool faster. comes in really handy for mashing up your potatoes or smashing your potatoes. It doesn't make them smooth like mashed potatoes. It just smashes them up. People also use this for mixing together butter with flour into a crumbly mix for certain baking recipes, and some people also use it for mashing up ground beef with other ingredients for meatloaf. So we're going to use it on our potatoes. Oh, it's called a pastry cutter, by the way. A pastry cutter if you're looking for one. Okay, now while our potatoes are still hot, I'm going to put in some butter. I'm not measuring this, but I'm not being shy. Okay, and then also while they're still hot, let's put in our herbs because the heat will help get the flavors of the herbs and the spices in there better than if we wait till it's cold to put them in. Okay, now because I don't want this to turn into mashed potatoes, I'm going to stop using this. They probably did already get maybe a little bit too mashed, but it'll still be good. Alright. It's up to you how you want it. If you want it to be more mashed up or if you want it to be more like little potato chunks, you can make it how you want it to be. But I'm going to do the rest of my mixing with a fork instead so it doesn't get any more mashed up. Okay, next I'm going to put in my chives. And if you don't have a garden where you're growing chives, you can also buy these at the grocery store in the produce area. You can also use dried chives. I have my herb cutting scissors. See, they cut a bunch of different little bits of herbs at the same time because they have multiple blades. But obviously you can just use regular scissors too. Okay, and then I'm going to clean out my scissors by putting a knife in between each blade. There's a robin in the bird bath. I don't know if you'll be able to see or not. Oh. I don't know if I scared him or if he was just done. Okay, so we have our chives in here. We're going to mix them in along with our butter, our salt, our pepper, and our dried red pepper. I can taste it later and see if I'm happy with it, but right now I'm just going to let it cool off. And I'm going to finish chopping the onion. To you how you want to chop them. I'm gonna chop them basically like this, kind of medium sized. You could make it really fine or you could make it even bigger pieces than this if you want to. One trick is if you're using your knife to slide your chopped things out of the way like this, use the back side instead of the sharp side because that'll help prevent your sharp side from getting dulled by scraping against the wood. Alright. I don't want to put put the onion or the Greek yogurt in here while it's still hot because I don't want the onions to start to get cooked. I want them to stay kind of crunchy. And I don't want the yogurt to kind of curdle. So I'm going to wait a little bit to let this get a little cooler. We'll be right back. Okay, our potato salad is out of the refrigerator where I put it for a little bit to make it cool faster. If you do that, just put it in not covered. Because if you're covering something that is hot and putting it in the refrigerator, it actually traps the warmth and the steam inside, and it makes the perfect condition for growing bacteria. So if you put something that's hot in the refrigerator for some reason, you have to leave it uncovered. Okay, so now I'm going to mix in our onions. And our Greek yogurt. Let's try 3 big spoonfuls. Okay, I think that is good. So it's time to taste it. It's really good. I did put in a whole onion plus those green tops. So it's pretty oniony. So if you don't want yours to be as oniony, maybe try only half an onion. Also, if you don't like the onions to be crunchy, you could mix them in while the potatoes are still hot, like I did. Okay, so I hope you enjoy, and I hope you had a good time in the kitchen today. And hopefully you can join us again next time. Bye!